Hey there folks, Mike Seeklander here with the American Warrior Society. I'm also a member of Team Wilson Combat, and today I want to talk to you about the draw process, but while you're moving and around a person. Now, in a different video, I taught you how to do the draw process from a static position. But here's the deal, life is not static. Oftentimes we're going to have to move when we draw the handgun, and we may have to move around a person when we draw the handgun. In this particular case, I'm going to show you exactly how to do that. For this demonstration, I'm using the Wilson Combat CQB Commander 9mm. Okay, for this demonstration, I'm going to bring my buddy Austin in. Austin, step in. Austin is also a member of Team Wilson Combat. And I want you to imagine yourself in an environment with your buddy, your teammate, your husband, your wife, your child, your daughter, son, or whatever else. And oftentimes, I'm going to position Austin around in front of me. They're going to be standing pretty close to you because you're probably having a conversation, maybe standing in line at Walmart, whatever else. Now, all of a sudden in this environment, a threat appears to my right or to my left. And the problem with me just simply drawing the handgun and firing at the threat right there is he may move into the line of fire. And if I can't control what this person is going to do. So what I need to do is I need to figure out a draw process that allows me to access my handgun where I still have somewhat control over what he's doing as well as my muzzle direction. Because remember, the people around you are going to panic, they're going to dodge, they're going to dive, they're going to do different things, and you've got to effectively draw the handgun and control the round or the direction of your bullets at all time because it's your responsibility. So in this particular case, I have two directions I could potentially move, to the right or to the left. Now, common sense is going to dictate which direction you move. If the threat is more on this angle, for example, on this side of Austin, I'm going to draw and move to the right. If the threat were on the other side, I'm going to draw and move to the left. And the general rule I want you to remember is, if you remember how to sweep and grip in a previous video, when I am sweeping with my right hand, I'm going to be clearing with my left. So to move offline to the right, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put my clearing hand up there. And notice when I do this, I'm going to place my thumb down. The reason for this is if he starts to really move and panic, I still have my palm in contact with him and I could literally physically grab his arm or his garment or whatever else. While this clearing hand is doing its job, my strong hand is going to start to sweep and grip while I move my body to a better position. So I'm going to sweep and grip the handgun while I'm moving my body to a secondary position. And now notice when I draw the handgun out here, even if he panicked and moved to his left, he may bump into me, but he's not going to step directly in front of my muzzle, okay? Let me reholster. Now, if I were to move him to the opposite side, let's say the threat appeared over here, there are problems with me clearing with my left hand and sweeping and gripping with my right. If you can imagine, when I draw the handgun, I'm actually going to be covering my own arm, and that's a bad deal. I don't want to do that. So if I need to move to the left, off in this direction, I'm actually going to clear with my right and then sweep the handgun. And a secondary option would be to put my clearing hand up here while I sweep with the opposite hand, which is the only contradiction to that strong hand sweep that I typically teach. So I may be clearing the garment out of the way as I'm positioning him, drawing my handgun, and then firing my shots. Now, a couple key details. Let me have you step back to this side, Austin. When you're practicing this drill and thinking about how it's going to go down, what I don't want to do is shove the person. This may be my buddy. Austin's a pretty, physically big guy. I probably couldn't move him. And what most humans do when you push them is they push back. Even if it's your buddy. If I were to push an Austin, he'd probably like shove back and think I'm messing around and not have an idea something's going on. Also, imagine this same technique has to be consistent. So if I'm standing on a sidewalk and there's a busy street right there, the last thing I want to do is shove my buddy or my son into traffic. So I want to utilize a technique that will allow me to sweep and grip and clear, but at the same time, think about me moving around the person and not necessarily trying to move them and shove them, because I think that offers some problems that we don't want to have. So once again, moving to the right, clearing with my left, clearing hand, moving my body, sweep, grip, fire my shots on target, okay? Opposite direction. Remember, when I move the opposite direction, I can't simply clear with my left hand and sweep. I've got to clear and rip the garment up, or I've got to do a full clear and then rip the garment up and out of the way. But notice, each and every time I end up to Austin's side, I'm in a position where I've moved beyond him in terms of depth. Meaning, I'm not just doing, my sweep and grip and still drawing the handgun here, because Austin could still panic and move in this direction. I need to get my body physically, if you look at these two planes, to a position where I'm past him or her, whoever I'm with in the parking lot or the store, and make sure they can't panic and duck and move into the line of fire. You know, obviously the bad guy or the bad girl may not care about where their bullets are going, but I care about where mine is going. So one more time, the demonstration. Stand right there. Sweep and grip, moving offline the opposite direction, firing my shots in the opposite pattern. Remember, I have two options. I can sweep and then draw the handgun, or I can actually sweep while I'm ripping the garment out of the way with my left hand and then drawing the handgun. All right, last but not least, thank you, Austin, you can step off. When you're clearing, I want to see those clearing hands in a position where the thumb's going down and I have the ability to grab or grasp clothing or the body parts. Thumb down, and don't forget, when you're doing this process, you're actually moving your body around them, re-indexing the handgun for your good draw process. Moving your body around them, drawing your handgun, and building that good draw process, okay? So that is the draw process while you're moving offline and you're clearing someone out of your way and putting that together with your sweep and grip, okay? There's your technique. And in a future video, I'm going to show you a drill that will allow you to work that same skill on the range.